Hello, and welcome back to Enlightened Affluence. I'm your host, Candra Lewis, and my author name is C.K. Lewis. So, absolutely, you know what Enlightened Affluence is about. And if you don't, it's about bringing together not just what I do as an entrepreneur, but bringing together other entrepreneurs within my network and ones that I've run into who are either well established, starting new business. But this is also a channel for dreamers because if you're sitting there and you're wondering, what can I do? I'm highlighting people who may be thinking of things you thought of doing, or you may think you have an idea and you just can't bring it to light, but you can. So this channel will give you tools, references, and also people you may not have known you need to get in touch with to grow your business. Now, as for me, you know me, wine, food, and I also do credit repair. And I'm happy to announce that the credit repair leg has expanded into wealth building. So, not just getting that score up, but keeping it up and getting you set on a path where you can actually begin to see a light at the end of the tunnel and hold that and create something in the future for your family. So don't forget to subscribe so you can get notifications for when I'm having releasing new videos. So today I have Miss Chiquita Knox. Yeah. How you doing, girl?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm so good. So a lot of times, like I told
Thank
you
you for
all before,
having me.
oh, you're very welcome. It's my honor. So I've told you all before, sometimes the pre-conversation gets into it better than the conversation. We started talking, I said, we need to start recording because we are getting into it. So Miss Chiquita has created a company called Scrub Heights, and she offers scrubs for women who are taller and everything. And as I was looking at the pictures and things like that, if you've ever had to wear scrubs, they're not cute. They're functional, but they're not cute. These are cute. They're fitting. They're nice. So, Shakita, tell us a little bit about your company, what all you do. Tell us about Scrub Heights.
Well, Scrub Heights. Scrub Heights came about. So, beginning of this year, I had no intentions of doing scrubs, honestly. My intentions was to do this clothing for tall women. I went to Miami to get like a vacation, just do some meditations, right? And I was I'm gonna come back to be refreshed because I was working on the front line. So when I came back, it was just like my house was just dead. I had no motivation, but I knew I was supposed to be doing something. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? So I went into meditation. I was angry with God in a way. I was like, look, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, what, like, Lord, what am I doing? Okay, like, I don't did this vacation, and now I'm sitting here like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, I got demobilized from the front line because the COVID numbers went down. So I'm like, what am I supposed to be doing? So I went to meditation, and I heard this is clear as day, do scrubs. And I'm like, what? I was like, what? Scrubs. Mm-hmm. And I heard again, do scrubs. And I'm like, okay, what's the name? I don't know a name. What's the name? And I heard Scrub Heights. Like I heard just clear as day, Scrub Heights. I took that and I ran with it. I went and got my LLC that same day. Like I just started bloom. I made a plan. I said, okay, I'm going to get my prototypes for these vendors. And I found my vendors, praise God, that the two vendors I chose, so the first prototypes that came in, they were like the perfect fit for me. So I did have my vendors, and then I told myself, so this was in March. So I was like, okay, by the time all these scrubs are gonna be made and stuff like that, this is a prototype. I'm gonna give myself July to do my photo shoot, and then I'm gonna launch on my birthday. That was my plan. So then I started, trying to do a shortcut. I had this tailor that normally would do my clothes here. So I was like, you know what, maybe he can make my scrub. Girl, it was a hot mess. This man was like, I know some people in Venezuela, First of all, I don't like to be working through a middleman. I need direct contact. Okay, because now you're playing my money. This stuff is not cheap. So he go to Venezuela. Mind you, he said he was going to contact me while he out there. And he had 3 things to do. 3 things, okay, just make 3 pieces and that's it. So he came back, girl. I wasn't gonna act a fool, but the Lord is working on me. When I saw them scrubs he made, honey, I was like, and there was customers inside the store, so I was like, Chiquita, I could hear the Holy Spirit saying, Chiquita, woosah, because I was about to rip him. Okay, I'm like, what, girl? It was like one pattern. I was dizzy. Okay, it had lines, flowers, hearts, and balloons all on one garment had all this going on. No. And I said, now you see how I walk up in here? What makes you think I would wear that? Like, you see. And like it was like grandma scrubs, like it was horrible. Like I wanted to cry. Then he said, I got something special. I was like, okay. So he goes to the back, girl. He brings out these pants. They look like, you know, those really thick cotton pants that you wear, like the jogger suit. He comes back with that, okay? And it's straight spandex. And I'm looking at him like, you don't know nothing about scrubs. Like, you don't. Girl, I was like, you know what? I gotta go. I didn't want to act a fool up in there, and I haven't been back since. And then I can hear, like, in the car, I can hear God saying, "I told you, I told you." Because you know, when you try to do it your way, that's when you, for real, that's when you run into chaos. Like I was trying to take the easy shortcut. So I can hear God saying, "I told you, I told you." So I said, okay, let me go ahead and contact these vendors. So I thought I would get cheaper if I worked with him and all that stuff. But no, So I was like, fine. And I really thought that was going to be a setback. Because it's June. And I'm like, oh my God, this man done messed me up, So thank God my vendors worked extremely fast. And I told them what I needed. I did my photo shoot and I just did my launch party. So yes. That's rough.
Beautiful launch party, by the way. Beautiful.
Thank you. I'm going out. I don't care. I'm going all out for it.
Yes.
Like scrub height is like it's my baby. I take pride in it because not only is it my baby, but it's like as a tall woman, I'm 6'3". Yes, the struggles that I have endured as a tall nurse, like wearing them high waters, and then if you do get scrubs made, it's like manly, the unisex scrubs. They're not cute. You know, so it's like when I want to walk in work, I want to be down the hallway, you know, flipping my hair, feeling confident, like, you know what I'm saying? I want to look cute in my scrubs too, because as a nurse, you're in your scrubs at least half of the week. I mean, 36 hours, 48 hours, depending on what your time is. You're in your scrubs all day. Why not be cute in them?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tired wearing the high waters. And it's like a lot of these companies, they would say, oh, tall. Their tall is a 33.5-inch inseam. That is not tall when you're working with somebody that's over 6 feet, honey. It's not a tall. My scrubs will go up to a 40-inch inseam. Now, 40 inches is like a customized order.
Okay.
But there's only certain things like the jogger sets, those come in 36, okay? The other styles, they come in the 38 inches. I was like, you know what? I'd rather have more fabric than not enough fabric because you can always hem versus not having nothing to hem. What you gonna do? You're gonna be looking at me like, Chiquita, honey, not working. You know, so I was like 36-inch inseam is pretty good, you know? But I was like, for the other styles, I want them to be long because even the 38-inch inseams on me, they are still dragging on the floor. Like they're long and they're so lightweight. So as the owner of Scrub Heights, my thing is no one left behind. We all know how it feels to have that struggle. Well, maybe not you because you're the average height, but as a tall woman,
sure,
we know how that
calling feels. Me average, bless you.
Above average, honey, above average. But we know what it feels like to be left behind, to not have nothing to cater to you. So my scrub line is directly for all the women of height, you know, above average women. So, you know, I have this saying like, your presence deserves attention. You walk in a room as a tall woman, everybody goes turn around and look at you. Automatically, you like the head. Everybody's like, what's going on? That's don't pay no mind. But it's like your presence deserves attention. So when you get that attention, get somebody something to stare at. Now, in order to do that, you got to be confident in what you got on. If you wear high water, you sure we're going to get somebody something to stare at. They're going to be like, what the hell? I know I got you in here looking like that. So why not have something nice, form fit in? Because the way the scrubs are, they fit your curves. They make you look really nice in your scrubs. And the thing I love the most about them is the way the waistband fits. So it's like, you know, my pants are extra large. so it will fit my waist by, you know, tightening up the drawstring, but at the same time, it, you know, it curves my hips. Like you show your shape, and it is so lightweight. So at work we wear these things called PPEs, or which like a gown covering. So these things is hot, girl. You being a swim bullet. When you put those PPEs on and you have my scrubs on, it's still lightweight. You're not sweating because the material is a mixture of polyester and spandex, so they're very breathable. And I mean, I love them. And I one thing I have told people about my line, I'm very transparent, okay? I'll let you know what's going on. Like, I just got an update yesterday from the vendors saying that shipment was supposed to come, expected was supposed to be like the first, second week of this month. Right. And they're like, hey, like, we're still making, because there's a lot of them coming, because I didn't realize I was going to have that many orders, honestly. So he was like, there's a lot coming. So it might be the middle of the month towards the first week in October. The thing about these scrubs, they're not sitting in the warehouse. They're literally being made. They're customized, being made for people. You know, like you won't ever catch some things in the warehouse unless I put them there. Like they're not just, you know how people get wholesale and it's like grab them out of, no, not my scrubs. They literally are being made. So they take anywhere between 20 to 50 days to make. It's a process. And, you know, I made it to where, so I have an average size torso. My torso is like, you know, I look small sitting now, right? My torso is 26 inches. So in the photo shoot, I have on just standard top, which is 26 inches. But I know everybody's not built like me. So I made it to where all the top will be longer, which is 30 inches. So not only am I giving you more inseam, I'm giving you more inches in the tops as well. So 30-inch inseam, 30-inch top length plus the inseam of the legs, like that's a lot of fabric, you know? So the average scrub line, they're not offering extra inseam or extra inches in your top, let alone your pants, honey. Just tell you there. So I had a customer who sent me a picture the other day. And she said, these are from, it was a popular brand. I'm not going to mention the name, but it was a popular brand. And she paid a lot of money for them. And they were the tall. Girl, them things are so short. She said, I cannot wait. I said, girl, see, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm here. I mean, when you go to work, everybody wants to be confident. Like, I don't care what nobody say. What you wear explains a lot about you. It's the first thing people see. Yes. Okay? So if you're comfortable in what you got on, it's just, girl, you just radiate and light up the room. Yes. So when I say Scrub Heights is my baby, it is my baby. Like it is my baby. I take pride in it. Yes. I take pride because I know it came from God. It didn't come from me. Like I said, I was on a whole different role of doing clothing. Okay. And no. And I haven't really, the only obstacle that I have honestly gone through, this is knock on wood, like Lord gonna keep on, you know, guiding my steps, was dealing with the tailor. Other than that, I haven't really gone through much. It's like it's been amazingly kind of stress-free in a way. It's been a blessing because I haven't been really stressed out about it. And on top of that, I have the scrub line, I'm working, I'm in grad school. So it's like I have a lot going on.
You have a lot going on.
And I got my kids. So I have a lot going on, but at the same time, I'm just like, I be sitting back like, Lord, I'm not stressed. Like, and I'm okay, girl. I don't want the stress. I'm not stressed. Right. But it's like, I know God got me, right? Because he ain't gonna give me something and not make it happen. Like I'll do my steps here to, you know, make it come to fruition. But at the end of the day, it's like, he gave it to me, God. This is your responsibility as well as mine. I'm gonna do my part, but God, this came from you, because Chiquita Knox. When I came home from Miami, even my friend Leland, I told her, I literally was like, girl, I have a name for my clothing line, this, and the third, and next thing you know, I just switched out, and she's like, what? I was like, girl, I'm like, it came from God. Like God gets all the glory, because honestly, it was not me. When I tell you, as soon as I got that name, I got out my bed. I started sketching the logo. Like it was like the logo came in my head. I started making a logo. I went on to Swift Filings, got my LLC. I didn't know what I was like, look, I don't know what all this is, but it sounds like I need it. So I got the whole package. I was like, look, I'm like, you know what? I ain't reading all that. Oh, accounting come with it? Okay, bet. I'm doing all that. I went to Chase, opened up a business account. I literally just took off with it. Yes. Like, it was like once because that was what I was waiting for, the instructions. And a lot of times we sit back and we get frustrated, but God is telling you, be still, wait until the instructions. We don't wait. We get so anxious and we're like, okay, I'm just gonna do it my way. The next thing you know, we're going through chaos, or we have so many people in our ears. And that's another thing.
That's another thing.
I would not be where I'm at right now if I did not separate. Yes. When I tell you, I went through a season. First, I was in a toxic relationship, and I was dealing with folks. I had to separate this people. It was literally me, my kids, and God. Like, and if I never done that, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be back in school because I started surrounding myself with people who are like, you know, like-minded, or people that I consider doing better than me. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was working on the front line, a lot of nurses were NPs, girl. I'm like, what? You NP? She's, girl, come in and make this bag. I said, bet, I'm right with you, you know? But they were NPs who was coming back to bedside. And it was them that made me be like, you know what? Because at first I was like, girl, school, that's like post-traumatic stress disorder for me. Like, I get anxiety when I think about schools. I went to peer health. Nursing school is no joke, girl. I cried. It is no joke. So I was like, you know what? Fine, I'll go back. Because then I had a vision. I had a vision of me opening up my own spa, doing Botox and fillers. In order to do that, I need my NP license. So I said, you know what? I'm going back to school just to do that. Mm-hmm. So here I am, back in school. And I just received the email the other day from my director that was like, hey, you're up for you had met the milestone in the program, you're up for your white coat ceremony. I said, Lord, I forgot about the white coat ceremony. Like, what? And she's like, yeah, in December. Like they some schools do it at the end, some schools do it like before you start clinicals. But it was like, wow, reality really set in, like, wow, this is really happening. Like the white coat, girl, I always wanted a white coat. Like every person in the medical field wanted a white coat. Yeah. Like the white coat is like, okay, this is official. I could wear the white coat. You know what I'm saying? I ain't just wearing a white coat. Like I'm wearing a white coat and it says my credentials on it. Mm-hmm. It ain't the same white coat when you were like your undergrad. It ain't like that white. This is a white, legit white coat. Like what up, doc? You know what I'm saying? Like I go for my practice. You know what I'm saying? It's a major milestone. It's like, wow, I totally forgot about that we do white coat ceremonies. Like I was like, oh, okay. So like I just been like, again, to myself. I mean, I talk to people, but I don't go nowhere. Like I'm like focused on what I have to do here. So I have a lot on my plate. So it's like, I mean, sometimes you just gotta cut folks off to get to where you gotta be. A lot of times we don't realize that the people that we have in our lives, family, friends, whoever, can drain you.
They can drain. They're well-meaning, but it's like it's and there's so many things. There's so much you touched on. The first part is just jumping in. When you had your solid, like thought and it became real, even though you had to shift course. Now, mind you, the clothes can still come later, but right now, the scrubs came to you. And then, there's the going to school again, picking all that back up. Entrepreneurs are dealing with that. And then what you surround yourself with. My son told me a quote he heard the other day. He said, if you hang around 5 millionaires, you will become a 6. And I told him, I said, you're absolutely right. Because when you hang with people who are not thinking bigger, you can feel the anxiety. I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and they have a business and they see a vision where they want to go. But the people they have with it, they're not going with them. So it's more like they're pulling their people. And it's kind of like, there's that part of me wants to say, you might just have to scrap your whole staff and start again. But they'll have to come to that decision. But it's not that you don't love people. I know for me, I went into a bubble. I set my bubble and everything, because there was so much life happening all at once. And I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to bring what I wanted to do and bring everything together. So for me, I had to get a guide. I had to call them mentors, but I had to get a guide and everything. And I had to make the investment. Okay. And we were talking about that earlier, the investment. And as we're growing, as I have the book and the wines and things like that, I'm noticing that for me, I will go and I'll say, how much is this? How much is that? How much is services? Now, if a person wants to give me a discount, I'm good with that. However, I also make sure that when that service is good, I'm referring like crazy.
Right.
Because to me, even the discount is a gift, because we all have to eat. So let's talk about free, because, and this is not a conversation I usually have on this channel, but let's talk about free, because we were getting into that. And yeah.
No, it's disrespectful. I'm sorry. It is. Even before I became a business owner, I will always, I would tell my friends, like, look, either let me invest in you, I give you so much money, you send me the product. But I feel like when you your intention is to get free stuff because you know this person or it's a family member, it's disrespectful, because so much money to start a business, to inventory, just the whole nine, to brand your stuff, to put your name on your stuff, that stuff costs money. And I'm sorry, you ain't walking around with my brand and you got it for free, okay? It's not happening, because how is that supporting me? You're actually taking from me. You're low key stealing, okay? Like it's low key, like you literally, it's a form of manipulation. Asking me for free stuff. Oh, I want to support your business. Do you mind if can I get it for free since I know you? Like what? No, honey, I don't want your business at that point, because it's like, to support me, if you truly support me, you will purchase. Or you'll wait until I have a discount. Like I said before, I'm very transparent. Like I said, how the scrubs are coming late. I literally email everybody that has order. I email them and I sent them a code for their next purchase, a discount for their next purchase. Because not only am I a business owner, I am a customer to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be treated. I want to be treated the same way as I expect to, and I'm going to give that back. I'm all about energy. So if I'm going to treat my customers bad, you best believe I better expect that bad energy back. But that's not what I want to give out. I truly want people to experience my scrub line, and I'm not going to do it by giving freebies. Like, no, that's not how it works. My scrub, they're not cheap.
They're not cheap.
They're not cheap. They're not cheap. It's more fabric, okay? More fabric. When I say this was an investment, I probably could have put a down payment on a daggone house, okay? Like, it's legit an investment. And it's one thing just to have scrubs. So when you got to put your name on them, the brand them, that's another fee, honey. That doesn't come with, okay? And shipping and handling is not included.
Right.
You got to pay. Like, all this stuff comes into paying. Like, even my shipping bag. I got some thank you cards I'm gonna put in my bag. That stuff costs money.
Yes.
So it's like when somebody asks you for free, like, I can rock your clothes for free. When you go get them Nike tennis shoes that you done paid $200 for, did you ask for free? Did you get a discount? Did you ask for free to be living in the house where you live at? Did you ask for free when you got your rent? What did you ask for free? When you went to Burger King, did you get it for free? Like, stop expecting people to give you stuff. And that mentality will not take you nowhere in life. Because at the end of the day, whether you invest in yourself, invest in others, you're giving out something positive, and it's going to come back to you.
It comes back. And it comes along later. It comes as a thank you. For example, I've had people that have come in and they have ordered that wine. So they are on my gracious list. That means that when something new comes out, they can expect that you're going to get some thank you. You're going to get a thank you because you have invested in me, and I'm grateful for it. If you're already a client, I mean, throwing some in some free things. But what people don't realize is, and as I've been being coached I'm getting my coaching license as well, so I can coach people into better eating habits. what they don't realize is, and what our coach had to tell us, our instructor had to tell us is, you have a heart. And when you have a heart, it's good to have a heart, but that heart comes with value.
Yes.
So you already know that initially, you know from you that they're getting more. Your clients are getting more. They're paying for, but they're getting more than they even know, because you're putting your heart and your soul into it. But it's kind of like, as for me, the sticking point is this: I love to support my community. Okay. So, for example, if someone from their heart says, I want to give you this, okay. Well, whatever you give me, I'm bringing about 20, 30 people behind me. Okay. Because you wanted to give it. But let me say, I'll give this to you. Let me say that. But there is a culture that exists where it's like, oh, you're not going to give it to me?
Entitlement.
And like you said, when you go to the club and you getting, these bottles and they coming out flaming, did you ask the waitress to give it to you? Now, if you're an excellent customer, you're treating them right, they might throw in some freebies for you. But you still dropping $200 to $300, $400 to front. So if you can do something on something that's expendable, and this is why, like, especially when I have people on this channel, like, invest in your scrubs. Because first of all, if you are frontlining, especially right now, you want to feel good and you're worth the investment. So when I go to do something or whatever, I had to start using the word investment. I'm investing in me. And there are things that I'm getting, but it's like, even if I'm on a payment plan, I want to be on that payment plan. Even if it's an exchange of services, I can deal with exchange of services. I will do this for you, but let's do this. But if we make that agreement, I'm not stepping in expecting. And to be honest, when you don't step in expecting, that's when the graciousness comes. But I feel like, especially in our community, we have got to start building business, and business comes by building capital and bringing that capital into the community and building that wealth. I'm so excited that my mentor has started with the wealth building, and really, like, it's something that's being thrown around a lot, but he's really getting into it. And the value that he brings just on a call, I'm like, if you can't just buy this man's book so that you can get the value that he's bringing you, if you can't just get on the site to get the information, and it's the same way. If you can't just go on my website and get the information, if you can't contact me and be willing and open to, to do what you need to do. Because I know, like, you're going to get your license, I'm going to get my, my coaching license. That investment in me has made me a whole lot more serious. It has made me a whole lot more serious, because I'm like, I'm not gonna waste my money. I'm not gonna waste my money. So whatever value you're getting, if you gotta pay, a couple of thousand for it, a couple hundred for it, oh, you're gonna pay attention. You are going to pay attention and everything. And once you get that material on your body, once you get that scrub on your body, once you can go into work looking nicer, feeling nicer, experiencing the breathability when you have to put on your PPE and things like that. Once you experience it and you're like, you know what? I spend this many hours on my feet dealing with all of this. For us, it's like that some things that people think it's a little thing, those little things are a big thing. And I'm quite sure you can attest to that, being a nurse, and especially with you being a nurse, designing for people, not just for nurses, but CPAs need to look at this. Not CPAs, but CNAs. CNAs need to look at anybody who has to put a scrub on their body. When you're having to deal with anything, why don't you invest in yourself and get that high quality? Make that investment. So as you're going through, right, and you said you got the kids and you have all this stuff going on and everything, and I know you said you haven't been stressed, but when you get to those crossroads, like what decision you need to make, and first of all, how do you keep that stress down? What would you advise to people? How do you keep that down?
Okay, I'm a Virgo. Let's say I'm a Virgo. I'm very structured. I live a very structured life. I do procrastinate. Don't get me wrong, I do procrastinate, but I'm very structured. And I believe when you have structure in your life and the discipline, it makes life easier. When you don't have all that chaos around you, it makes life easier. So I already know what I got. Like, for example, my kids, I already know what time they're going to wake up, what time I got to get up to X, Y, Z. Like, my kids are older. I don't have to deal with them. I know what time they're going to bed. I know what time I got to do my assignments. Like, I know what I got to do. Like, because I'm structured, I have a plan. So nothing's just being thrown at me. As far as my scrub, like when it comes to doing stuff for the scrub line, like every now and then I would throw out some content. I would do a TikTok video. I would do something, pertaining to the scrub line, maybe making a video talking about the quality. I think that was the last thing I did was I talked about the quality of scrubs. But literally in school, I have school every Wednesday. A lot of my assignments are due by Saturday. I ain't gonna lie, I procrastinate. Like I just did all my assignments last night because they were due at midnight. I be tired, like. It takes, like, sleep is very important. And a lot of times I hear business owners saying, man, I didn't get no sleep. I was up to 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. And I be looking at them like, honey, I have like, here's those 5, 4, 5. I need my sleep. If I don't sleep, I can't function. Like, sleep is so vital because through sleep, that's when your body is able to rebuild itself, cells or grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you replenish yourself with sleep. Sleep is very important. So I get my sleep. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do as much as I can, and I know tomorrow I gotta finish this part. But again, I have a schedule, and it's structured to a T. Not to a T, but there's some leeway. And on top of that, my kids are in sports and stuff. So it's like I have to be structured, but at the same time, I don't want to be that parent that be selfish and so focused on what I'm doing. And my kids don't do anything, they don't enjoy life. So although I have all this going on, I still make sure my kids are doing the activities that they were doing before I started all this, because it's not fair for them, So I'm just structured, girl. I mean, I do have, and if I do have a moment of stress, I would take 30 minutes, okay? I'll take 30 minutes, I yell, I vent, and then I kind of just drop it. Because at the end of the day, that takes energy. Energy is very important. It takes energy. You ever had an argument, you done went off with somebody, or you all frustrated and you got sleepy, you're tired? Well, guess what? You done wasted all that energy for nothing. Now you sleeping, right? So it's like I try to disperse my energy in a way where it's beneficial for me. So that's pretty much what I do. Like anything that's out of my control, I don't dwell on it. Like, for example, the scrubs, they're not going to be here in time. I ain't going to sit here and stress myself out. I'm going to text my customers. I'm going to email them. Like, look, baby girl, this is the situation. But, I understand it may have cost you some type of inconvenience. And what I would do for you, here's a code for X amount on your next order. That's me giving back to you, because I know on the website it says this. However, I just got word from the vendors instead, because some people operate out of fear. Now, somebody else that may have you a business and they know that the merchandise is not coming in, probably won't even say anything. Mm-hmm. Then you got people all in your inbox email like, where my merchandise at, girl? What is going on? I mean, I've done it. I remember I ordered these jeans, girl. I ordered these jeans. Everything's for tall women. Now, I always wanted some high-waisted bell-bottom jeans, okay? Mm-hmm. These bad boys was expensive, but I wanted them, okay? Mm-hmm. I got them, and they were pre-ordered. I didn't get them until 4 months later. She ain't sending no information about, hey, like no updates. She ain't tell me like, hey, like the shit, like nothing. It took me acting a fool in her messenger inbox for her to be like, no, this is the situation they were being made. Well, you should tell people that. So that's like, as a business owner, when you're dealing with stuff like that, clothing or any type of product, you need to be honest with your customers. They will receive you better if you do that. Like, put yourself in their shoes.
Correct.
You done told me it's gonna come at this time. Where my stuff at? Right. You know, it's like waiting for a check. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Where my check at? Where my clothes at? It's like the same type of like, energy, especially with excitement, is like something I never had before. I'm waiting for this to come in. I'm expecting it to come in this day, like how you expect a check to come in at this day. And you're like, where my check at? You making phone calls, right? Well, people that's waiting for the merchandise make email and phone calls. So I was like, I'm a customer still at the end of the day. I may have my own business, but I am a customer. And how I want to be treated is how I treat my customers.
Yes. And service goes a long way. I had the same experience with some hair products, and they sent my stuff through the wrong zip code and everything. I had to reach out, and I repeatedly had to reach out. So by the time I got the products, did they work? Yes. Will I reorder? No, because they didn't give me the experience. And so it's kind of like, when you, like you said, we have to put ourselves and our customers, and if we get ahead of it, our customers are so helpful to us. The feedback is enormous because it's like, okay, so this is what's going on and everything. And then that's where your graciousness comes in. That's where your discount or your free comes in, because it's like, you know what? You've been patient with me. I have this situation that's beyond your control. So let me give you a thank you, and just really like they want to know I can place my order and I'm going to be taken care of. I don't have to follow up or see what's going on. It's like, okay, because if we're all I don't think there's anybody right now that is not working hard for the money, and that where they're not having to make, certain decisions. So literally everything's an investment. And with that mentality, it's going to go far. And that's how the word spreads. That's how the word spreads. Like, you know what? Not just the great material, but wow, I didn't have to worry. I didn't have to follow up with her about this. It got right with me. The company did this. Oh my goodness. And then when I got my stuff. So that goes a long way. And especially as we're starting to, anyone who's thinking about, starting a business, will you have to like get through the door a certain kind of way? Yes. But know your value. And that's something that I have been like struggling with, knowing my value. And as I'm having to set prices for things and things like that, I know how passionate I am. And like your passion for what you do is palpable. So it's like, if you get somebody with this level of dedication, you're going to get good service. You're going to get good product because they love what they do. If somebody's just like, it's
like the attitude, like whatever, girl, like whatever.
You don't want to do that. No, you don't want to do that. And definitely like reaching out to the community. You never know what you may need. You never know. People might need scrubs for plays.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm an actor on stage, all these lights and everything, I want to make sure my stuff is comfortable. Call Chiquita. So it's like all these different things. But as we're coming and closing out to the end, affirmations, and you made a lot of reference to prayer and a lot of reference to everything, but affirmations, what are some affirmations and some reassurance that you can give to other entrepreneurs? What do you say to yourself, and what are your suggestions in that area?
Well, for me personally, I tell myself I am beautiful, I am strong, I can do anything I want to do, my business is successful, I will not fret. I tell myself, no matter what happens, my business will be successful, and Lord, keep me humble. Like that's like the number one thing is like being humble, because a lot of times we get so caught up in like what happens, like us being prosperous and stuff like that. We get so caught up in it, we forget where we came from. I don't ever want to be that person to be nasty and not be, what I'm saying? I always want to know where I came from. I always want to be able to help those, because I'm a giver. I don't mind. I just give some people like, girl, that's too much of a discount. Girl, please. I'm giving. Yes. Because it's, for one, Scrub Heist is new, right? Nobody is new. So it's building up trust. And like I said, I want everybody to experience Scrub Heist. Like I want all the tall women. I have my short friends saying, "Can you make scrubs?" My baby girl, y'all got enough options. I can't do scrubs for y'all, but you're more than welcome to buy a pair and get them him. Mm-hmm. But I want people to experience Scrub Heist. So a lot of my affirmations, I write on my mirror a lot with a dry erase marker. Mm-hmm. So the dry erase marker came. This is dropped in my spirit, girl. So after nursing school, I was going through a lot. Okay. And words are powerful. Be careful what you speak over yourself, what you speak over others, your kids, your home, whatever. Be very careful. So I failed my NCLEX, which is a nursing board, the first time. And in the midst of me taking my NCLEX, I told myself I was going to fail. I had a lot on my mind. Like I was going through a lot. And I told myself I was going to fail, right? I failed. There was a question, right, girl? There was a question on the exam, and I said the answer out loud. And guess what? I still chose the right answer, the wrong answer. After I said, no, this is it, I chose the wrong one. And I was like when I was not there mentally. The second time around, I literally started to go. I was searching. I was okay, God. Like I said, I was going through my divorce, separation, had a lot going on. So I was just, my mind mentally was just gone. I couldn't focus. So I remember looking up a law of attraction. I started going like hardcore on law of attraction, prayer, words, scriptures, like the whole nine, girl. Mm-hmm. So God started dealing with me with the number 8. 8 is my number. 8 is my number. 8 is the number for new beginnings. So when it was coming time for me to take my NCLEX the second time, I did not study like I did the first time, girl. I did not study. I said, Lord, I want my test to go like this. I don't want no math questions. I'm not good at math. I mean, I don't want no math questions. Them convergence factors, I don't want to do with that, Lord. No, I don't know how many drips and factors. No. Now, I know how to calculate it. I can, you know what I'm saying? But I get anxiety when it comes to, I make A's and B's in math, but for some reason I get anxiety about math. I don't know why. Mm-hmm. So I was like, Lord, I don't want no math questions, okay? Every question that comes about, I want to have some type of knowledge about. This is my conversation to God, girl. So when it came test day, I went to the online, I went to the testing center where I tested at. And I said, okay, what day am I going to take this exam? You know, I'm having a conversation with God. What day am I going to take this exam? And I heard him say, I want you to take it August. I said, okay, August. Okay, what day? You know, what day? And he said August the 8th. Well, when I went to the testing site where I tested at, they didn't have August the 8th available. So I'm like, now I'm thinking I'm just coming up with stuff in my head. Then I heard, try another testing site. Right. So I go to another testing site that's down the street from the house. Girl, it was only 2 days after 31 days in August available, girl. And it was the 8th and the 30th. We know we ain't taking the test on my birthday. So I took the test because the 30th is my birthday. I wasn't going to take that test on my birthday now. So I said, okay, the Lord said the 8th, honey. So 8-8, that's new beginnings, okay? So I was like, okay, might as well take it at 8 o'clock in the morning too. I'm not a good test taker in the morning, but hey, I'm just following the will of God, girl. Be, obedient. So that's 3 8s right there, right? So look, when I go to the testing site, we had to pull a number, and I got number 2. So I was like, okay, God, this is me and you, God. It's me and you. That's why I was like all hype. I said, it's me and you. It's me and you. So when the proctor lady took me to PAC, I was kind of laughing because she took me to computer 17, girl. And she said, what's funny? I said, God's been dealing with number 8, baby. And this is 1 + 7 is 8, honey. I'm about to pass this test. And she started laughing. I said, God's been dealing with numbers. Okay, 1 + 7 is 8. Okay, new beginnings. And she's like, yeah, girl, 1 is for God, 7 is completion. I said, yeah, baby girl, yes. I'm about to do this. Girl, during the test, I went outside and had a break. I don't never do that. I was stretching. Long story short, out of 200-something questions, not one question was a math problem, honey. Okay, not one question was a math problem. Every question I had some type of knowledge about. Some stuff I didn't even go over with. I didn't go over OB. Okay, there was questions from nursing school that I just happened to remember. Like when I said out of 200-something questions, not one math problem, not one math problem. Every question I had some type of knowledge about. Girl, I didn't get my results because they don't never give you results right away. Girl, but I was like, oh, hey, I passed. I told everybody I passed. But I knew I passed. You know what I'm saying? I said, God, you don't spoke this, so I know I passed that test. Like, people, how you do? I passed. RNBSN, baby. I passed. Okay. Like, I was telling everybody. And sure enough, when I got my results back, I passed. So after going through that experience, experiences. And I remember the Lord telling me, he was like, it's through experiences I show myself. That was something he said. He said, it's through experiences that I show myself. I was like, oh Lord, yes, you are telling the truth, honey. And I've been telling people, you don't believe in God, honey. When you experience God, when you truly experience him and things start to happen, you will always go back. You won't be leaving it. You won't leave the source because he knows the plans. You don't know the plans. You think you know the plans, but sometimes your plans are not the plans he wants you to do because you want somebody else's vision, okay? You can't follow what everybody else is doing. Stay in your own lane, okay? God got something special for you too. You know how it is. Some people will see what you're doing and want to try to duplicate what you're doing. And it's like, no, like God is calling you to do something else that may be similar, okay? But at the same time, it's like we all have a path, and we all meant to be successful. We just gotta tap into it.
And we all have a talent that someone needs.
Somebody needs
pictures, like my photographer took pictures. I can't do that. And when he came in, and I had all these different photographers in mind, and I had said, okay, well, the first one that responds, he was the first one to get back to me. And he was referred by, we have mutual friends. And when I say he came through 30 minutes, have you ever had a photo session in 30 minutes?
Not no 30 minutes, girl.
Honey, came through on time, 30 minutes. I had done a 360 of the area that I wanted. Why did he find scenery I hadn't even seen in my own backyard?
Wow.
30 minutes, test shots, boom, 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 boom. Every shot was good. Told me what to do, how to pose, move. 30 minutes, start to finish. Done, complete. Every picture great. Every picture great. He even had me smiling correctly and there pose right and everything. And then even like expanding into, this is where you go into service, and I'll put his information at the bottom, and he's in my book too, for your entertainment. His name is Jamal Bonaparte. And he has a book coming out too. But when you get service like that, that's your network.
Yeah, you will always go back. Like I'm all about good service, because like I said, my business is my baby.
Yes.
It's my baby. I take pride in it. It's my baby. Although the Lord gave it to me, I birthed it. Okay, like he birthed it to me. But it's like I want my customers or potential customers to experience good customer service, because like I go back to saying, I am a customer too to somebody else.
Exactly.
That's the thing that we have to remember. And you want to treat people how you expect to be treated. Because at the end of the day, I have a saying too, like people don't like to be shitted on, but they will shit on folks. And you already know what it feels like to be shit on, but yet you will shit on people. But you expect people to be a certain way with you, but yet you don't give that same thing back. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't even balance out the equation.
Right. So you have to treat others how you want to be treated. And everything. So we have said it all, but I definitely want to have you back on. So people, check out Scrub Heights. All of her information will be below, and everything. Remember balance. Know your worth and know gratitude. Affirm your greatness. Don't overthink. She didn't overthink, and that just stands out to me. You thought you took you took your path. You took smart decisions, but you didn't overthink. For all of us classic overthinkers, that's what expands our time. So she did not overthink, and look, from start to finish, the business is up, it's running. Get to the site, get to all the Instagram is Scrub Heights as well, correct?
Yes.
Facebook Scrub Heights.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram is both called Scrub Heights.
Okay, website is Scrub Heights as well.
Yep, www.scrubheights.com.
And everything will be listed below. You absolutely want to check it out. Thank you so much, Chiquita. You brought it. a lot of wisdom for business owners, a lot of insight for people who are looking to take that leap. And I appreciate
Get rid of fear. Like, you can't be fearful. You got to just do it.
Yeah, I fear less. I'm trying to get rid of fear. I am fearing less. And look what's happening.
You just got to do it. At the end of the day, when it's given, you just gotta go. Like, how can I? You just gotta run with it. Especially when it, because at the end of the day, if you sit there and hold on to it, God gonna give it to somebody else. You're gonna be sitting there like, well, God, that's what I was gonna do. Yeah, it sure was, but you wasn't gonna do it.
See,
so now, so yeah.
A lot of times, you're absolutely right on that. I have seen ideas. I'm like, I was going to do that, and it's out there already. So guess what? No, if it comes in, everything that's in here is coming out. People, 21 and 22, yes, it's all coming out. I have so many things rolling out that I'm excited about and everything. So I absolutely appreciate you, honey. You really, really brought a lot of insight, and definitely want to check her out. And every regardless of where you are in the country. Now, do you ship internationally or just in the States right now?
I ship internationally.
Okay. So wherever you are, you can hit up Scrub Heights. All right, my dear. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And kiss those kids for me too.
I will, girl. They upstairs. I kiss them.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.